Way too early top 25s have been released by many, and we're starting to get a sense of what the consensus top 25 teams for next season will be. I kind of want to go through this exercise with you. I saw you and Dion did like way too early top five a week ago or so on the channel, but I wasn't part of that conversation, and I feel like there's more teams than just the projected top five that need to be covered with rosters starting to take shape with portal entries being solidified. How do you feel about way too early top 25s in general? Some people hate these. Some people really love these. Do you love them or hate them?
Love them. I love them though because I don't love them for the actual content. I love how people get worked up about way too early top 25s.
Me too.
It's great. It's like a wide variety of like, what the hell? You're not respecting my team to what the hell? Why are you putting this team there to what the hell? No one cares about this to what the hell? We all care about this. What the heliante? I love it. I love chaos.
Yeah, what the Helante West? I can't really follow why people get so worked up about this because I love it. Like, who
Well,
cares?
well, gee, this is you know what this comes from? This comes from a sleeper's kind of pillar. We love rankings that just get the people kind of going. Like this is how the mid ranking started.
We love stirring up discussion. Yeah, we just love, I love like, haha, wow, that's fun. And a lot of people are like, we can't have fun. This
It
isn't
it
serious.
it falls in this category. Why are you complain? It's like people that complain about more basketball.
Right. Yeah. It might be my favorite form of ranking now that I think about it.
I think it should be earlier.
It's pretty great. All right, so let's start to work through this. I'd like to try and get all the way through a top 25 for helping purposes here. So Heat Check, shout out to Heat Check CBB, tweeted out a consensus way too early top 25 where they aggregated basically all of the big sites preseason top 25s.
Left us out though, but that's
Did
crazy.
leave us out. That's crazy. Also, you didn't do a way too early top 25 by the time
Yeah.
that this tweet came out. So
hmm
we're going to do that now. And I'm just going to sort of use this and we can work our way through it. There is a consensus number one team, but per all of these other rankings, there are three teams that have been ranked as high as number one. That's Houston, Duke, and Purdue. The consensus number one per everybody is Houston. Where are you at on who should be number one next year?
I think it should be Houston or Purdue. I feel like that's the right pick.
So you got two teams you'd be okay with at one. A lot of people would say it has to be Houston. Do you lean
Uh,
one way or the other?
I, eh, I leaned Houston. Then they got Pop Isaacs, so I kind of want to lean Purdue.
I was gonna say the Pop Isaacs ad is a weird one to me,
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
but they return a lot of great stuff in general, and it's Houston, so I don't think you can go wrong putting them number one. Um, as currently constructed, because Purdue, it sounds like they're trying to get one other guy, one other piece. As currently constructed, though, Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Trey Kaufman, Wren, Daniel Jacobson. Why am I blanking on the name? Oscar Clough.
Fluff.
Oscar
Yeah.
Clough. CJ Cox, of course. All the other bench
All right.
guys. Do you think that that team's deserving of potentially being the best in college basketball as currently constructed, or are they a piece away?
Piece away.
If they're a piece away, let's put Purdue two.
Okay.
Okay, but we definitely think Purdue's top two, though, right? Like they're coming into next year championship or bust.
If you had like, I guess we could talk. There's some people with Purdue outside the top 10. That's insanity to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. I agree that Houston's number one, Purdue's number two. Duke seems like the consensus other team in the top three, and then it opens up to a bunch of teams. I'm not sold that Duke should be third next year necessarily.
I'm not 1,000% sold on that either, to be honest with you. Now we use the word currently constructed. Um, because I think BYU should be up here, but they're currently not. They're
But we
a
know where they're
certain piece
headed.
of.
We know what's coming there. We know where they're headed.
I think BYU could be as high as three.
Is there any other team you'd argue over BYU right now?
Is Caravan back?
We don't know. But they got a lot to like, even if he's not. I think Caravan's gone, but they have a lot of other great pieces.
Mm. I mean, I know Louisville's up here for some. I think that's a pretty good shout.
I like Louisville in the mix for sure. To me, I like Louisville, UConn, BYU all in the mix here. I think Florida and Duke are also in the mix. I think Kentucky, Alabama are also in the mix, and that's probably my next group.
I think that's my actually Texas Tech not in there.
Not with Darion Williams in the portal.
Yeah, I forgot he's in the portal.
Yeah, that changes everything for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts. Okay. I think you have to go. I think I'd still go Duke 3, but I also think Tyrese Proctor comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then I'd like to put Duke at like 6. Yeah, that doesn't move me to move them up.
My bad.
Yeah, I think Duke's going to take a small step back here. Obviously, you lose Cooper Flag, but like I don't think they're going to have even like as great of the win now role players that they had last year. I think it's going to feel fresher and younger, and they'll be good. They'll be really talented. At 3, that feels a little high to me compared to what some other teams have. Um, I'd put BYU ahead of Duke, presuming BYU gets Rob Wright, which they're going
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, so BYU 3?
Rob Wright's an All-American for me next year. You,
Yeah.
you pair
BYU
that with
yeah.
AJ DeBanza, with Richie Saunders, with Keba,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right, so let's put BYU third. I genuinely think they're going to be that good, which is crazy.
I do too.
BYU third, Duke fourth.
We're sure Louisville's not up here.
Louisville would be my fifth team. So if you want to argue them ahead of Duke, I'm open to it. Talk me through the Louisville backcourt that you love.
It's the best backcourt in the country.
You got
Straight up.
zero questions on that?
Zero.
All right, so then I think Louisville should be 4.
UConn 3? Oh,
We
sorry,
put
we already had
BYU
3. My
3.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Houston
Uh
1, Purdue 2. Let me actually write this down so we don't drop this. Houston 1, Purdue 2, BYU 3, Louisville 4, Duke 5,
yeah, or you either Duke or UConn 5.
Duke 5, UConn 6.
Okay,
That feels good. I'd like to give Florida a champ bump and put them 7.
that's fine.
Golden's going to get dudes, and they're going to bring at least a few of these pieces back and
Right.
be
They
really good.
get they get Xavier and Lee.
Yep. Florida 7. Um, what other teams I mentioned? Alabama and Kentucky. It's kind of like the Oates bump. Like I just trust he's going to do good things, and I actually think Kentucky's roster looks pretty great with their latest
Kentucky's
portal
roster
add.
is starting to shape up to be nice. Is St. John's in the running at all here?
Um, I put them in the next tier.
I know you're not the biggest like fit on that team, right?
We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. They're going to be good. I don't have them on Kentucky Bama level for me.
Okay. All right, who would you put here?
Kentucky probably at 8.
I think I'll go Kentucky over Bama right now with the acquaintance ad.
All right, Kentucky at 8, Alabama at 9. It is crazy as I'm going through this. So if we're right on all this, no SEC teams in the top 7. Or no, in the top 6. Then it'd be Florida 7, Kentucky 8, Alabama 9. That feels like we're wrong. but
It's fine.
I guess
Fine.
it'd be funny if the sport flipped like that. Um, I have a weird shout I want at 10 actually that now that we're doing SEC teams.
Oh,
I want Tennessee at 10.
with Gillespie.
I love the Gillespie ad, and I think they're going to get Rodney Rice. They're basically just taking the Maryland backcourt, but putting them into the Tennessee defense. Like I think it's going to work.
Doesn't Tennessee lose a good amount though?
Yeah, but Barnes will rebuild it, and like I think that's the best backcourt Barnes has had in a while. Get out of Ziegler and get some actual balance there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't like Tennessee at 10?
I mean, I mean, they don't got Meshack. They, uh, they lose Lanier. Are they getting another Lanier type?
I think Gillespie and Rice is a better mix than trying to make Lanier Dalton connect.
Uh, yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point, but I'm trying to. I mean,
They got the
I would
crab
also make it.
too.
Huh?
The crab too. Well, we don't care
Crab.
about the crab five anymore. They split up, and we don't want Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
It'd be the crab roll, by the way.
Okay.
So just so you know, uh, we're positive that that backcourt is better than what Arkansas is gonna have.
What's your anticipated Arkansas group?
Acuff and Thomas.
Acuff stunk in the McDonald's All American game.
He did not stink.
Wasn't good.
It's McDonald's All-American game.
Ah,
Uh, it's the arrow back?
I don't know who's back for Arkansas.
I hate maybe these way too earlys do stink, truthfully. Um, I guess I just gotta go on base who I know. Okay, let's go Tennessee just because I actually like I know I believe Gillespie, I believe in Rice. Akpar is a good defensive center. Cade Phillips is gonna be good next year.
Tennessee 10, Arkansas 11, St. John's 12.
Okay.
It feels like we're actually getting a little too low on my team now. Because my team appears on a lot of top tens right now, even as high as top five on ESPN's way too early. I want the record to show. I didn't even mention Michigan until we got to 13, but now we're at 13, and that feels like the right range for my team right now.
It's fair to say.
I love what we're doing in the portal. I think we're not done.
Yeah, if you assume Yaxel's on this team,
If Yaxel
Moret,
plays, Michigan's a top 10 team to me.
yeah,
And if he doesn't,
easy.
I still think they're going to be in the mix with what they're
Yeah.
portaling.
I think they'd be like 7 for me with Yaxel. I think I'd put him at like 15, 16 without Yaxel. So like this is the right range.
Without Yaxel, but that's also without a Yaxel replacement. And if Yaxel goes, I think they'll move money to get a Yaxel replacement.
True.
But for now, 13 work.
Yeah.
They need a big perimeter piece still. They need a
I don't
scorer,
yeah.
shooter, something. But I think they're gonna
I don't want Texas Tech to fall any further.
Texas Tech 14. Okay, Texas Tech at 14 is fine by me. We haven't gotten to Kansas, Auburn, Iowa State, Arizona, Gonzaga. I like Arizona as a shout.
Yeah, yeah, I think it Burris too.
I like Arizona. Let's do
But
Arizona.
okay.
So that's our top 15.
I'm going with some other teams. No. Trying to make sure we're not leaving anyone for sure off on this one.
I think it's just
Uh,
blind throwing shit at the wall from here, to be honest.
yeah,
Michigan
that's
State's on a lot of these lists. Would you put them anywhere in the top 25 without Jace?
not with how the roster currently stands.
I don't think you can when Kurtang is the second guard right now.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So,
But they might
um,
get there. Like presuming they just add more stuff, they might get there.
right, yeah, they got some work to do, but
UCLA, do you hate that shot at 16, Donovan Dent?
I actually am a fan of it because of how everything else has transpired.
Yeah. Let's go
Like Nick's
UCLA
like, give me
16.
Donovan, get rid of these other guards. These other guards aren't good enough.
Let's go UCLA 16. I don't think we can let Kansas fall anymore with Darren Peterson,
I'm fine with that.
but we are dinging Bill Self enough, which he finally deserves after underwhelming the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm fine with that though.
Yeah. All right. Kansas is 17. Uh,
Ooh,
who?
ooh. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Never mind. We keep moving.
What were you gonna say?
I was actually gonna get Baylor a shout, but I forgot that Rob Wright
No
left. But
Rob Wright.
I
Yeah.
like their ads, so
I don't want Baylor in with no Rob.
yeah, but they're still gonna be nice, man.
What's the team?
Well, they got that. They got my man's from Oregon State, who I like the stretch for. And I love Yesufu.
I like Yesufu too.
That's the next like freshman guy I
All right.
attach myself to on Baylor.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine on just Tune to Yesufu self on. I'm fine with that. Okay.
Okay.
Tune to Yesufu 18. I think Auburn and Iowa State need to round out the top 20. Just
Does Iowa State?
I think so.
Who's on that? Who are the guards?
Isn't Lipsy back?
I guess we can't get too far away from Zakai Ziegler, can we?
Yeah, the narrative's going to shift on him, but he gives them a high floor at minimum, right?
What about my Badgers?
I like the Badgers at 21.
Boyd Blackwell?
Boy, Blackwell's going to be good.
Also, Boyd Blackwell is a last name combo goes stupid.
It's really good. All right, so we have Wisconsin at 21. I'm glad you got there because I was going to get there. We need four more teams. We haven't put Arizona in yet. Want them at 22?
Yeah.
We need three more teams.
This is our 25, right?
Yep.
I'm just not straight up not leaving my team out of it.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Okay. Michigan State can be 23. I actually
That's
do think it's somewhat fair to do that because Izzo will get replacements. And
yeah.
like the infrastructure of the Elite Eight team is good enough.
True. Let's see who else.
North
God damn.
Carolina's on some of these lists. Do you want to think about them? Gonzaga feels like they should be a top 25 team.
We already put Auburn, correct?
We have put Auburn.
Okay.
I have a proposal.
Yes.
St. Mary's 24, Gonzaga 25,
Why St. Mary's?
because they're the class of the WCC.
Sure.
St. Mary's 24, Gonzaga 25. No Illinois. Any thoughts?
I do not like the makeup of Illinois' team whatsoever.
I don't see it right now. We'll see where it goes. Maybe we'll make changes, but right now I don't see the vision.
Either.
Okay. All right. So our official way too early top 25 Sleepers Media. Houston 1, Purdue 22, BYU, Jesus. Houston 1, Purdue 2, BYU 3, Louisville 4. I already love that top three so much, by the way. We're going to have so much fun next year. Louisville 4, Duke 5, UConn 6, Florida 7, Kentucky 8, Alabama 9, Tennessee 10, Arkansas, St. John's, Michigan 13, Texas Tech, Arizona, UCLA, Kansas 17, Baylor, Auburn, Iowa State, Wisconsin, Arizona 22, Michigan State 23, St. Mary's 24, Gonzaga 25.
Add us to the chart.
Take that heat check.